Here with more, the Attorney General of our country, and that is Pam Bondi. Madam Attorney General, great to have you. Let's talk about something called Article 2. Let's talk a little bit about the law, the charges, and let's go through those people, those critics that don't like the fact that Donald Trump did this and say he did not have the authority or he needed to go to Congress. You say what?
Sean, this was well within the president's Article 2 powers. It was a law enforcement function to arrest indicted individuals in Venezuela. Our military pulled off a flawless execution of that. It was amazing. And, Sean, America and the Western Hemisphere is safer tonight. The charges, Maduro and his wife are charged with directing, and it's just an indictment now, they are charged with directing the murders, kidnappings, assaults of anyone who stood in their way and also anyone who tried to stop their drug business. They are also charged with bringing tons of drugs into this country. Maduro, Nicolás Maduro, is charged with over hundreds and hundreds of tons of cocaine flowing into our country. And he's charged with working with not only TDA, but also Sinaloa, all the cartels in Mexico, Colombia, and Venezuela. And what that means, Sean, is we know that this monster released countless defendants, prisons, insane asylums into our country. It's not just about drugs. The president saved thousands, countless lives tonight, countless lives with the drug trade. But he also protected Americans from the TDA members who Maduro let into our country, forced into our country, opened his jails, opened the insane asylums to come into our country. Look at Laken Riley. Look at Claritha Daniels. Look at Jocelyn Nungray. All of them killed by TDA members. It's horrific, and it is going to stop. Donald Trump said he will make America safe again, and he stood by his words. Thanks to the help of Secretary Rubio, our intelligence community, and our great men and women in the military. And those two tonight are in the Southern District of New York, and Jay Clayton is prosecuting them.
Let's talk about the case of Noriega and talk about the comparisons, if you will. It took about, my memory serves me well, it took about 20 months for that trial to begin, and then he was found guilty and then sentenced to 40 years in prison. And he eventually died in a jail from his home country, where he was transferred first to France, then to his formerly home country. Let's talk about this case, the similarities, the charges. And most people want to know, obviously, they want to know this is going to stick. What can you tell us about the case against him?
Sure. They are in the Southern District of New York right now. And let me tell you, everything else is still on the table, not only with them, but with other defendants who are charged. We unsealed an indictment charging them with what I said, the 4 counts, Maduro with 4 of the counts. She's charged with 3 of the counts. Other co-defendants, Nino Guerrera, who's head of TDA, is charged. Nicolás Maduro's son is charged. Cabello is charged. Other people are charged, but the 2 of them are in New York right now to face justice. But they could face charges other places. Nothing else, nothing is off the table, Sean. These people must remain behind bars. They are responsible for the loss of so many lives. And these aren't street-level drug dealers. They are narco-traffickers.
I appreciate you being with us tonight. I know you had a tough day, and you had a murdered trooper's funeral today who left behind a wife and a 1-year-old. You were at that funeral. Is that correct?
I was, Sean, in Delaware, and President Trump was devastated by the loss. I gave him letters. I gave letters to the family from the president. Lauren Snook is the widow. She is incredible. She has a 1-year-old daughter. His parents were there. His grandmother, Ty Snook, was an amazing 34-year-old trooper who gave his life to protect our country. Thousands of law enforcement officers were there from around the country to support him and that family.
Attorney General Pam Bondi, thank you. We appreciate your time.
Want even more Fox News on YouTube? Become a Fox News Patriot today. Click join to find out how.